Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Halloween. I have been busy moving for the past 2 weeks, and I'm finally into my new place. It needs some fixing up a little bit, but I'm here. And I'm sorry for those of you that have been leaving comments saying that you missed me. I've missed you too. And you know what else I've been missing? Reacting to Chantal. Because believe it or not, I've kept an eye on Foodie to see what she was up to. What exactly have I missed out on? Well, not much. What have I missed out on with Chantal? Let's see. Her doing ridiculous cooking videos. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if she's trying to spoof on Kay's cooking or she's just a really bad cook, but it's obvious she can't cook or she doesn't want to cook. Maybe she is cooking badly because she wants the fast food and she'll just go to Salah and say, you know what? You see, I'm a bad cook, so let me have my fast food. He goes, okay. But bad cooking videos, very bad. Very, very bad. I mean, what have I really missed out on? Her eating stupid as usual. There's really nothing interesting to report except Chantal being an idiot and Salah being a bigger idiot. So I've been waiting. And what did she post today? She posted a food video called Pizza Spooktacular. Hey Chantal, I thought you were a newly reverted Muslim woman. So wouldn't celebrating or glorifying Halloween at all being against your new beliefs? Yeah, I kind of think they would be. But you're still trying to connect with the audience members out there that do the Halloween thing. And how are you doing it? With pizza. I'm sorry. Pizza and Halloween? I've never heard of that before, but I'm going to react to it and I'm going to give my thoughts. And you're just going to get it tonight because I can. So let's just do that. Let's do this doggone thing, shall we? Because I am back. All right. So there's Miss Chantal as her video. Let's play. Let's play.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, guys. Hello. All right.
I find that interesting that she said that greeting at the same time she's trying to cash in on Halloween and she's using a freaking pizza. Make it all make sense. These parts do not go together.
This is not delivery, and it's not delicious.
Well, that's pretty obvious. It's not delivery. Y'all take a look at that sad pizza. Just look at it. Here, let me blow it up for you. Look at that pizza. Look at it. Oh my God. That is so obvious. It's a homemade pizza. Look. Look at the size of those pepperoni. They're like 3 times the size of normal. And like those olives look like they were thrown on the pizza. They're not even like evenly spaced out. It just looks like she took a handful of olives and just threw them on the pizza just haphazardly. It looks up, but she got plenty of cheese. Look, there's cheese all over the pizza. But look at them olives, y'all. It's sad. It is so sad. You can't even do pizza right, Chantal. How do you mess up pizza?
Yo either. It's beezeroni pepperoni. It's if I lean my head back, you can't really see me.
And it's okay. We don't want to see you, but go ahead.
Well, you don't need to see me.
So you're right. We don't.
So can't see me.
Good.
This is homemade pizza. Yeah. Everything from scratch. Well, not the cheese and pepperoni, but I made, and not the sauce, I made the pizza dough with flour, yeast, sugar, olive oil, salt, some water. Wow, it's perfectly done.
No, it's not. I'm looking at that pizza dough. It still looks like it needs to be cooked. It looks a bit raw. It looks really thick. For pizza dough, that looks thick.
Look at that in the middle. I have an eye for this.
How much y'all want to bet that that pizza is not cooked all the way? Who wants to bet with me that that pizza is not cooked all the way?
I can cook, I tell you.
No, you can't.
I never took any classes. It's like a
Maybe you should have,
little crispy, but soft in the center.
meaning raw.
How am I going to cut this? There's a pepperoni in the middle of where I want to cut.
You know, it still amazes me that she wants to do cooking videos, right? That's what she said she wanted to do. Let's do some cooking videos, she said. Let's do some cooking content. And the money she makes on YouTube, she can't go to the store and get proper cooking utensils, like cooking knives, things to cut with, proper pans, all of that. She can't invest in the right tools for her job. This is supposed to be her job, right? Well, when you do a job, you bring the right tools to your job. So how can you make what, $3,000, $5,000 a month on YouTube, and this is your job, and yet you come to work without the proper tools? Explain that, Chantal.
If I cut weird shapes, it's gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna eat it like a moon. Oh, here we go. I made Salah a pepperoni. This is pepperoni and black olive. So he's enjoying that
Who taught you to cut pizza? I'm just saying.
to himself. Ow, ow. It's right out of the oven. Like,
You know what, Chantal? You can just stop that. Can you please stop saying that Salah is going to get part of that pizza? Let's tell the truth. You're going to take half the pizza, you're going to eat half the pizza on camera, and then you're going to save the other half for off camera because you're trying to get around YouTube's terms of service. Let's just be honest. Can you be honest? No? Okay.
like I was waiting. I was standing there going, is it ready yet? Anyway. So it's Halloween, you know.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be celebrating Halloween, are you? So why do you care?
My step grandmother would give me so much crap for licking the knife. I'm an adult now, and I can do what I want. Ah!
Well, you being an adult is questionable, but go ahead.
Anyway, Capri Sun. The straws were always a pain on these things. There is so much satisfaction out of making your own. I need to chug water. Water's for chugging, juices for sipping. That's my new rule. Otherwise, I just go through too much juice. So, strawberry, I feel like a kid. I never got these as a kid. I wasn't that lucky. My mom gave me papaya juice. Wow, look at that. Ow, ow, ow. Still too hot. Ow, ow. I need to eat it. Do you want a beauty bite?
That's, ma'am. You know, for someone who wants a successful cooking channel or channel in general, it's amazing to me you never watch your content back. Like, why wouldn't you do a video and even after posting it, just take a minute to watch your own content? Maybe if you have that outsider perspective point of view, you'd see all the mistakes you make. Like right now. Okay, first of all, that pizza looks atrocious. It looks a mess. It's as messy as your life. That's how messy it is. Secondly, ma'am, look at your sleeve. It's right there in the ketchup. Like, when you make videos, do you not want them to be professional? Because that's how videos become successful and go viral, is they look good, they look professional. You're just a mess. And you're making a mess. A mess making a mess. I'm sorry, that does not look appealing to me. Not at all.
Beauty
The
bite.
bread is way too thick.
And I have ketchup to do it because I don't have ranch. And well, the pizza sauce is yummy. So I put some pizza sauce, and then I put some Parmesan cheese, and then some mozzarella. I mixed. His was like a mixed cheese pizza, just 2 cheese. Cheese is too expensive these days. I'm gonna cut it even smaller. Um,
You know what's funny? I've been gone for 2 weeks. I've been busy moving for 2 weeks. And yet I remember back in the day when Chantal, she would drop money like it wasn't a thing and she never complained about the cost of things. Now that her money is getting lower and lower, suddenly everything is expensive. She went to Thailand and complained about the cost of cherries. Now she's complaining about the cost of cheese. But you know what? They could say to Chantal, oh, this cheese is $100 an ounce. Best believe she'd still buy it just because she loves cheese. She would. She can't stay away from it.
so yeah, that's his favorite. Yum. Bismillah.
And why is she saying that Salah has favorite cheeses? I haven't seen him eat that much in the way of cheese. It's always her. Is she trying to make it sound like he loves cheese too and that's why she has to eat so much? Come on, Chantal. We know who the cheese fiend is, and it's not him.
I made this. I made this.
Yeah, we know. It's sloppy. Of course you did.
Mm. When you make your pizza, you can control the toppings. I was really tired. Like, if I go down for a nap and I get up, I'm like a bear out of hibernation.
Well, Salah's already told us that you sleep between 10 to 12 hours a day. You literally sleep all day and you're up all night. And maybe your lack of energy has to do with the food you're eating, Chantal. If you're constantly stuffing your stomach full of food, you never give your stomach a break. And it has to devote so much energy to digesting so much food. Of course, you're going to be tired. There's no vitamins, there's no minerals, there's nothing in the way of health. It's just you dumping the equivalent of bags of garbage down your throat. So there's trash going into you and trash coming out.
Anyway. Mm. Oh, sorry. Gotta calm down. All right. That's delicious. So,
You know what? I don't believe her when she says that. You want to know how I know? Because I've been watching Chantal way too long. Let me tell you something. If that pizza were delicious, she'd be inhaling it right now. She wouldn't speak maybe 2 words in between bites. That pizza would have been gone by now. It's been almost 5 minutes. That pizza would have been devoured.
I thought I would retell one of my favorite ghost stories.
Why?
I think it's from an old Unsolved Mysteries episode. Now, I think I told this. I'm not sure, but hey, we got to face the facts here. I'm at a point where some of my life is going to be reruns, honey.
You've been on YouTube for 5 years. It's been nothing but reruns for the longest. You want to know why, Chantal? Would you like to know why? In the beginning of your channel, you were going out and doing things. You gave more variety in the beginning of your channel than you do right now. Isn't that sad? When you had very little in the way of subscribers, you were doing makeup hauls, you were doing makeup looks, shopping hauls, you were going to the mall, you were taking us for walks, you were doing all kinds of things. You were going up to meet with friends and have dinner. And then the more successful your channel got, the more reclusive you became. And the more you got into food because you decided to put yourself on that toxic hamster wheel and cater to that subset of people that really can go F off on YouTube because they're on YouTube looking for people that eat and they don't care about them and they don't care about their health and they don't care if they gain weight or they end up in the hospital. All they care about is getting their fetish fulfilled. And they don't want to go to a site and pay a premium to watch it. No, they're looking for somebody they can watch for free to give them what they want as far as their fetish. So you decided to go all in and cater to those people. And here we are, where you'll sit in a room and eat and eat and eat and eat and retell old stories over and over again because there's nothing new happening in your life. It's just nothing but reruns, recycling content ideas, talking about the reactors, talking about FFG, blah, 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 blah. I've been gone for 2 weeks, girl. And even after 2 weeks, I haven't missed much because I'm back. And you're still doing the same stuff that you were doing before I left.
So, there's a couple retired.
By the way, Chantal, you suck as a storyteller because if you're going to tell a story, the focus is on the story. You know, you got to tell the story and keep people engaged. But you can't even do that. You'll say a few things, you'll say like a couple of words, and then you take a bite. And you get hyper fixated on the food and then forget your train of thought. And then say another few words and then get hyper fixated on the food again. And people get impatient. It's like, you're going to tell a story, just tell it all. Tell the story, then eat your doggone food. It's annoying when you sit there and do it like this.
And elderly couple from the Texas area, I believe. Shout out to all my Texas viewers and fans. If I have any, I do. I have some. I love you guys. I gotta make some bread. Now that I have flour, yeast.
You know what, Chantal? I hope that YouTube shuts all of this down. All of this eating on camera nonsense. I hope they shut it all down. I'm not saying they should take your channel away from you. Oh, no, 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 no. But they stop this nonsense. Because you're someone you've admitted you got a problem with food. So you know what that means? You shouldn't be eating on camera, period. And there's all kinds of clips out there. There's archive channels. There's reaction channels. We got the clips all day long of you talking about your issue with food. So if you got an issue with food, when you get on camera and do this crap right here, what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is an addict doing their addiction in full view of the public. And whether it's monetized or not, nobody should see this. This should not be glorified. And I know, Chantal, you are working overtime trying to find every shortcut, every little nook and cranny and way you could think of, you can find to get around the terms of service. But it doesn't change the fact you're breaking the terms of service right now. You got an issue with food? You shouldn't be eating on camera. And I don't care what you say, okay? You can't lie to one of your own. This is a B moment. Yes, it is. And you know, after this pizza, you're not going to stop here. Oh, no, Big Mama. Nope. There's this pizza. And then an hour later, it's going to be something else. And then an hour later, it's going to be something else. You're going to do it until you fall asleep. Okay? Don't lie to somebody who's been there. When you get going, you don't stop until you fall asleep.
Anyway, the husband is Jim. And I don't know what the wife's name is. So they started noticing some strange goings on in their home. For me, I mean, they just lived in a normal suburban house. You know, look.
Chantal, what exactly are you trying to do here? Are you trying to do a mukbang mixed with a creepypasta? Because it ain't working. It's not working. It's stupid. You want to eat your pizza? Eat your pizza. Do it off camera, by the way. Don't do it here. You know, knock yourself out with that. But if you're going to tell a creepy story or a haunted paranormal story, then focus on the story. Let the story be the star. Don't nobody want to hear a spooky ghost story from somebody sitting there stuffing their face and being gross.
Looked like it was pretty modern, kind of a bungalow ranch kind of home. And for some reason, that makes it creepier. There's something creepy about suburbs for me. I don't know. Where all the houses look the same.
Is that why you prefer the crack house in Gatineau? I'm just wondering. I'm curious.
That's creepier to me than like an old beat down Victorian home. Magnifico. Anyway, so one night, we'll say Betty got up to use the restroom in the middle of the night.
Y'all see what I was talking about? About the pizza? Now, we've seen Chantal go to town on food, haven't we? When it's really good, when she really enjoys it, that food doesn't stand a chance. It is gone, son, down her throat, down the hatch, and you don't see it ever again. It's taken her way too long to eat that pizza. That's why I'm thinking it has to be like that dough. It looks thick. Maybe it's raw and that's why she's not eating it, because she's playing with her food. Look at her, like a little kid playing with her food. She took some bites of it, but it's still there.
As a lot of us do. And she was in the bathroom and she was, looking in the vanity mirror.
I got it. I got it, y'all. I know what's going on here. So Chantal's doing this mukbang, and she is trying to find a way to make it last long enough to where it's monetized. Because when you do a monetized video, it has to be at least 10 minutes long. So she is just dragging out this story, and she's, like running up the meter by, eating in between just to make it as long as possible. Got it. Understood.
And she saw in the reflection pass by her the figure of a man swinging his arm. I don't know why this detail always gets me, but and I don't know if these people are just full of it or if I believe them. I don't know. I'm just telling what they said. But you know how they say the more detail you use, the more it's BS? Because I'm sure when it comes to ghost sightings, there are people who really have seen things and experienced things, but there's some people that just want attention.
Pointing at Chantal right now for her saying that. There are just some people who want attention. Pointing at you, Chantal.
And you never know. You can't prove it.
Remember when you were in your bedroom and you got freaked out because Sam was in the closet? You went flying out of that room. Pete! You just wanted attention.
So anyway,
wait a minute. Why are you slicing into the other pizza? You haven't even finished the other one. What is wrong with you, you savage? Like, what are you doing? I'm sorry. It just makes no sense to me. She's cutting into the other pizza and she's not even done with the other one. Wait, is Chantal doing that thing where she's eaten half of one thing and she's making sure to get a big portion of the other thing just so Salah won't eat it? Because she's done that in the past too. She has. That's the gluttony in her.
she sees this figure and it's
Like her thinking is, if I take a bite of it, it's mine. And if I bite into it and if I eat off of it, he won't touch it. Therefore, I can have it all.
kind of startles her, but she thinks must be my husband. So she looks out the door frame to the bathroom in the dark and says, "Jam."
Wow. I'm looking, y'all, look at that dough. Look at it. Look down here. It doesn't look cooked. It looks raw. That's going to give you a stomach ache, Chantal.
Is that you, Jam? And that's pretty accurate. That's
I mean, y'all can see right here. Look down here. Look. It's raw.
He says it. Mm.
Ooh. Oh, that looks uncooked. Oh, it doesn't look fluffy. Oh, it's uncooked dough. Stomach ache incoming. That's why she's eating it so slow.
Oh, friggin'. I bit my cheek. That makes me so angry. I don't know.
Well, then slow down, you glutton. If you don't like biting your cheek, then take smaller bites. Learn to chew your food. Is it that hard? Did they not teach you that when you were young, to take smaller bites and chew your food and swallow before you speak?
Feel bad for me. Okay. Anyway, so she gets no answer from Jim because Jim's in La La Land. Dreaming of who knows what. Anyway.
You know what, Chantal? Just shut up talking. Just shut up. Why are you telling this story? You're not telling enough of it at a time to keep people engaged, and you're not saying it in an engaging way. If you want to eat, just eat. Shut up talking. Stop telling the story, because you really don't care about the story. That's obvious. You're too hyper focused on the food.
So, she just thinks, well, maybe I'm half dreaming or something weird. It's been a while since I've seen this episode or told the story, so if I get anything wrong or embellish, it's not my fault.
Embellish meaning she lies. So she's basically admitting on camera, look, I've told this story before, which means it's been content before. She's already put it in a video or a live somewhere. So she's just taking it out of the closet again to make money off of it again. And she just sat there and admitted to us. Oh, I'm just embellishing. Well, with embellishing with Chantal, that means she lies. So she's sitting there taking long bites of her pizza, just thinking of how she can add to the story and what she can say next. So she does not care about the story. It's about, let me just stretch out this video to where I can get paid more.
So then other weird things start happening. She tells Jim about it. I mean, Jim is probably like, oh yeah, crazy woman. Until things start happening to him. One day, on a peaceful afternoon, Jim hears his electric drill going off upstairs. He had been working on something in the home and he left it.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not even paying attention to this story. I can't, because she's not a good storyteller, like I said. And how can I pay attention to this story when she is just being all kinds of gross with her eating? There are pleasant eating sounds and there are unpleasant eating sounds. And Chantal, you do the unpleasant eating sounds. You're telling a paranormal story, and at the same time you're chewing with your mouth open. You're licking your fingers, being gross. How does this work? How is this cohesive? It isn't. One thing is definitely more distracting than the other thing, okay? It's hard to get into a story and be engaged with a story if you're distracting it by acting feral. So just take this stuff to OnlyHands, okay? Go do paid content over there. You're going to have to anyway. Once the TOS gets reinforced, then you're going to be screwed. I'll be so happy about that, because I don't want to see you eat. It's gross.
In the hallway upstairs, and he heard the drill going off. So he thought, well, maybe an electrical shortage or something weird. Who knows? Immediately when I hear things going off that shouldn't, I think demon right away. Like when I was a kid, well, yeah, I was younger, maybe 11 or 12. My baby sister had a Barney doll that talked, like, you're super dee duper. Anyway, it used to go off by itself. Demon.
Maybe it's because you were in the room.
Anyway, he goes upstairs. You can guess what happens. Write it in the comments. the It's almost too cliche. The drill wasn't plugged in. Boring.
Okay, you know what? I was so distracted by Chantal's gross eating and her non-engaging story that I just noticed something. Sorry if I didn't notice it earlier, but let's recap. So she had 2 pizzas, and she cut half of one, ate one half, and then she attacked the other and ate another half. Why? Why? Why'd you do this? Is it because by getting half of one and half of the other, Salah won't touch either one? Was that the thinking? You're a maniac. Why not just eat one whole pizza versus half of one and half of the other? Gluttony. Gluttony at its finest, I'm telling you.
I hope that's not true, because what kind of afterlife would you want to live where you have to think, how am I going to get someone's attention today? Oh, I'll manipulate the drill. You know? Let me change the channel while they're watching Days of Our Lives. Like, anyway. So he goes upstairs to check it out, and meanwhile the wife is downstairs going, Jam! Jam! What?
Okay, I'm freezing it here for a second because my eyes are drawn to something. Something that seems kind of weird to me. All right, and I'm going to point it out. Look at her teeth. What's going on over here? Like, you get the 3 front teeth, then this one back here, it looks like it chipped or something. What happened to your teeth, Chantal? What's going on there? Like, her that tooth looks really jacked up.
What's the matter, Jam?
See, look at it. It doesn't look right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's just a piece of food or something stuck in it, but her teeth normally don't look like that.
No, she's not really, but I made that up. Anyway. So things like that are happening.
Yeah, look at it. That tooth is just... Girl, get to a dentist, quick.
One day she was in the kitchen. Doing dishes. And she felt 2 sharp tugs on her sweater. And she turned around and she says, no. And she turned around and was like, Jan? Imagine she turned around and the ghost was like, you want me to dry? That would be awesome. But no.
You know, Chantal, if you ever want to know why your videos don't do so well, all you have to do is watch them back. Just watch them back. Do the content, upload it, and then watch them back. Watch your own content from the outsider point of view. Watch it. And ask yourself, is this really interesting? Is this engaging? Or no? Because if it's not, you're not going to make much money. If your views are on the decline, your money's on the decline, and you're really concerned about it, then wouldn't it just make sense to go back to the drawing board and examine the product that you put in front of people? Why wouldn't you do that? You want to make money on YouTube, but you'll make a bazillion channels on YouTube, but you are not properly prepared for any one of them. And you're not passionate about any subject beyond food. The ASMR channel, that's pretty much a bust. Cooking channel, you don't like to cook. Let's be honest. You don't like to cook and you're not very good at it. You don't have any proper cooking tools. You're not interested in any great recipes. And here's the part that was blowing my mind. You have a cooking channel. How simple would it be to go on any other cooking channel on YouTube, look up any recipe on any channel, copy it down exactly and make a video. Just watch a video, see the ingredients, the amount of the ingredients, and follow the video. But no, you can't do that. So you can't follow a simple recipe, even when somebody shows you how to cook something the right way. You don't have the proper cooking tools. You're not about the great angles. I mean, like, why are you even cooking?
The ghost is just being a nuisance. He's beezing, not offering to dry the dishes. So,
can I say something? I will say this. I have missed being on YouTube. I missed all of my subscribers, but I did not miss this. I did not miss this at all. I didn't miss it. This is the part I did not miss. I did not miss watching Chantal eat. And I was so excited about the new terms of service. Oh, y'all, I was so excited. I'm like, finally, all this nonsense will be over. I don't want to see food go into her mouth anymore. I didn't want to hear that jaw clicking anymore. All of this. It's got to go. It's got to go. Come on, YouTube, do your job.
but what really spooked Jim had this, they started using the system where if she was upstairs.
Okay, you know what? Screw you. Your story is kind of boring. Moving on.
Pizza sauce mouth.
Are you still eating? It's been 23 minutes. Those 2 pizzas should have been done by now. Look what's taking you so long. Either they suck and they don't taste good, or you're drawing this out for more Google AdSense money. Which is it?
And one day Betty was having a nap. And Jim was downstairs reading.
You know what's interesting is that I just remembered something. Pizza is one of her trigger foods. It's one of her most favorite foods. So why is it taking her so long to finish all this?
Sports Illustrated or whatever. And the bell goes off.
Is she still talking about this stupid story? Next.
Pizza Hut.
Oh no. Oh no. He's here. No. No, Salah's here. Go away, Salah.
Really?
Where to God, Lola?
You love it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Everything I've been cooking, Salah's been loving, and that gives me a high. I love it.
You know what? I see you eating your cooking. I don't see him eating your cooking. You know why, Chantal? Look, he's been in the picture long enough that I picked up on his little eating habits. He doesn't eat as much as you, and he's not into the junk food like you are. He'll eat it if you buy it, but it's not his favorite thing. Everything you eat is coated in sauce or cream or cheese. That is your jam. That is not his. It is so not his. So why are you trying to put off the impression he loves your cooking? Well, I have yet to see him eat it.
Right?
Yeah, it makes me proud that I do something. And I love to like make you happy like with good food too.
I'm proud of you, baby.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, you love him. Give him half that pizza. Come on. Come on. You know you can do it. You've already eaten an entire pizza by yourself. Give him what's left. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
Aw. I feel like crying because I don't know. He's always like that. And I'm not used to having a partner who, I'm not saying every partner in my life was crap, but in this way, you know, so encouraging and motivating and so into what I'm doing, you know?
Okay, you can stop right there, Chantal. You can stop right there. Put those brakes on. Put your foot on the brake pedal. You're blaming the men in your life for not motivating you, for not being there for you. Okay, let's recap. Let's talk about Pete's. You know, that guy you were with for quite a while, the guy you've known since high school. Had a job, is doing well. You destroyed him financially. You cheated on him. You did. Pete loves you. Even now, he loves you. You want to know how I know? Because he's got 17 years worth of dirt on your worthless self. And even he can come on YouTube and expose it all and make a crap ton of money, and he won't open his mouth. He loves you. Even now, he loves you. And there's a part of him waiting for you to come back to Canada and be with him. It's sad but true. You were his favorite person. For whatever reason, you were his favorite person. And he did so many things for you. And let's move on to BB. Good, hard-working man was BB. And he had no idea you had an issue with food until he found the pizza boxes that you hid in the closet, and there was a cockroach infestation in the house. But once he found out, he tried to be encouraging. He told you to go to the gym. He encouraged you to eat healthy. But BB, since a problem with food is something that a lot of people don't understand, he did what he knew how to do. He didn't realize that the problem with food was over his head and over your head, that you needed professional help. You needed therapy. He didn't get that part. And even if he did, he can't make you go to therapy. He can't make you go to inpatient. So he did what he knew how to do. So you've had two men in your life that cared about you. And Salah, listen, Chantal, listen carefully. Somebody being complacent with what you're doing is not the same as them loving you. Do you understand? He's being complacent because he's benefiting. You take care of him. You're his free ride. He can freeload off of you. He doesn't work. You're the one that works. You're the one bringing home the money. And as long as you do, he doesn't have to work. He got to go to Thailand for free on your dime. And he sits there and watches you eat fast food, seeing you get bigger and bigger and bigger and more unhealthy. And he doesn't say a word, nor does he leave. And if you had a partner that really cared about you, they would put their foot down and say, I'm sorry, enough is enough. Let's do what needs to be done to fix this, because this cannot go on forever. But he won't speak up because he's financially benefiting. The money is keeping his mouth shut. So don't mistake complacence for love, because real love says something. Complacence says nothing.
And it makes me happy because I'm proud of myself. This is, a lot of people cook every day, but, I used to order out like twice a day.
And you still do.
Now, I was like, I want pizza. Should I order pizza? No, I got my butt out of bed, even though I really was tired and didn't feel well.
You doing the cooking videos and the cooking content, there's two reasons for that, Chantal. The first one being the most obvious, the terms of service. You're trying to get around the terms of service. You're trying to, cloak and dagger this food content behind YouTube's back. Problem is, it's not going to work, mama. It's not going to work. All these little tricks that you're trying to play on YouTube are not going to work. And the second reason is because your income is going down. You want to know why? Because you're lazy. You're not putting any work or pride into your content, and it shows. And there's tons of real cooking channels out there and mukbang channels out there that are miles ahead of you. You're not trying to keep up with them. You're not matching them as far as the professionalism of your content. You honestly think you can sit down with some sloppy meal and be sloppy, and because you're foodie beauty, you're going to make a bunch of money off each video? Well, look at your views. What do they say? Every time you do a video, the people are speaking to you. And they're speaking loudly. And they're saying, this is boring. I would not watch this video 5 times later or 10 times later. I might watch 5 seconds of it and then turn it off because it's boring. There's nothing professional about this.
And I started the dough, cleaned up while I'm going, and because that's the most tedious part of cooking.
If you're cooking, it's because you're running out of money. And you're running out of money because your content sucks and because you're eating through your entire paycheck.
Okay, is the cleanup.
And are you getting it now, Salah? Is it sinking through that thick head of yours? Bro, if she promised you that she's going to take you to Canada, isn't it apparent by now it ain't going to happen? Isn't it apparent by now that whatever money she makes on YouTube, she's going to eat her way through that paycheck, and there's going to be nothing left, nothing saved for a trip to Canada? When you going to get it through your head, bro? It's so obvious what's going on here. She makes promises, but she doesn't keep them. And she will purposely keep making as little as possible to keep you chained to her side. Because she knows the moment she makes a bunch of money, you can take that bunch of money and go hop off around the world without her. So she's manipulative. She's going to make just enough to pay for her food, pay for expenses, and that's it. You're not going to be a free and easy playboy on her dime. If that's the lifestyle you want, you better find it somewhere else.
But
you know, I remember back in the day when Chantals used to do mukbangs, she used to get so excited and so happy when she sat down to eat food. Anymore, she looks bored. She looks burnt out. Like she just sits down and eats a meal and she's bored with it. And you know what, Chantal? If you are doing content and you're burnt out on the content, find something else to do.
anyway, kind of full.
You know, it must suck to have such a sad life that nothing in life gives you joy. And the one thing that used to give you joy doesn't give you joy anymore. That's when you need a reset of the soul. She needs to reset her soul because she's been running and running from herself for so long that she finally ran into herself. She hit a wall. You're burnt out on your own content, and it shows.
I'll save it. I like cold pizza. So anyway, to finish the story. That bread. Actually, Pizza Hut makes me feel they use a lot of oil in their dough. I remember I knew somebody who used to work there.
Okay, yeah. I'm yawning. Yawn ASMR, sorry. I'm getting bored with her.
And they used to take the pan and just pour a whole bunch of oil And who knows what kind of oil. I used a little bit of olive oil on the parchment paper. I don't have a baking sheet. So I just cooked this on the this. I'm really proud
Good for you. Do you want a gold star?
of myself. I found the idea of making dough so daunting. But if you go back, what now, hundreds of years, people still make their own bread. But I mean, people.
I'm sorry. I don't think Chantal made the bread. I mean, there are all different things you can buy at a grocery store, like pre-made pizza dough. I think that's the route that she took. Because I just can't see Chantal sitting there making pizza dough or bread. It's too much work. It would wear her out.
Used to make their own bread or you didn't get any. That's why they say the best things since sliced bread. Well, no, I disagree. Sliced bread doesn't taste as good as homemade. Not in a million years. So from now on, I'm going to try to make some dough if I make,
Here's what I think happened, y'all. I think she got some pre-made dough, and then then she decided to just drown it in cheese, super huge slices of pepperoni, and she just threw on a handful of olives and called it a day.
I bought some hot dog buns, but hamburgers, buns for stew, whatever. Anyway, by the way, I made a beef stew for Salah, and we had that for lunch yesterday. I didn't feel like filming.
Oh, really? So wait. Let's recap. So she cooked twice today? Twice. Can anybody imagine Chantal getting in the kitchen more than once a week? Oh, so you're the happy homemaker, are you? Can somebody imagine that? That Chantal got in the kitchen, she made him a beef stew, messed up the kitchen, turned around, cleaned it all up, and then got back in the kitchen, made her own pizza dough and her own pizza. Like she just spent all day and night in that kitchen. Okay.
Filming cooking, guys. I didn't feel like filming this either, cooking this, because I just like to enjoy just putting something on, listening while I'm cooking, and not wearing full hijab and abaya and everything. So, yeah, but I will cook still for you guys. Don't worry, we have a good week coming up. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so he said he got chills. He went upstairs, and his wife was asleep. So
why is she continuing this story? You know what? Shut up, Chantal. Shut up. I'm going to the comments. You're boring me. Goodbye. Let's see. Pink Rudy says, I checked Google and Muslims aren't supposed to celebrate Halloween by putting spooktacular in the title and telling scary stories. You are celebrating it to a degree. Yep, she is. And she shouldn't be doing that. Vito Loca says, tell me you're broke without telling me. Yeah, she's broke. Or maybe Salah's putting his foot down on the amount of money she's spending on takeout, or they just can't afford the takeout. And he's like, look, you've got to slow down on the takeout, Chantal. We can't afford all that. Okay, yeah, and Courtney says, I try so hard to watch, but the 2 words, take a bite, 2 more words, take another bite, is too much for me. Right. If you're telling a story, scary or not, to someone, you tell enough of the story to start with to give like an outline, a context, to get somebody engaged. Then you might pause for a minute. Then you tell more of the story. Just telling 2 words of the story at a time, it's just people get bored and irritated because they're trying to keep up when they can't. Little Miss Sunshine says, I actually miss your goofy old self a few years back. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people miss the old Foodie Beauty, but I got news for all of you people that are fans from like long time back. That person is long gone. Sorry, she's long gone and she's not coming back. Hate to break it to you, but those are the facts. What you see in front of you is what's here to stay. What else we got here? Of course, she got rid of a lot of the negative comments. You know, she wants only positive comments. Oh, before I forget, I found out something while I was away. This person's comment, please do a live. Salah do a gaming stream. Why? So he can steal somebody else's content again? Yeah, I found that out too. That he took somebody else's gaming content and you reused it. Salah, you're a thief. What kind of a gamer are you, bro? Your live streams suck anyway. And you steal somebody's gaming content? Boo. Boo, Salah. How dare you call yourself a gamer and do that to another gamer? Get your own gaming content. You've got a gaming channel. All right. So that's it for this React video. I'm going to try to do one more before the night's out. But it was great reacting again. I'll see what else Chantal's got. So thank you guys for watching. And I know that I'm not showing myself live right now, but I'll do that tomorrow. I'll have more time. All right, y'all take care and have a good one. Bye now.